Hello, thank you for watching my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about things that we can use for our nutritional value. In specific, I'm going to talk about certain fruits that can help us as diabetics to mitigate, to better our nutritional value. There's a lot of fruits that in general, people think fruits have sugar, so a diabetic is said, no, nothing with sugar, but that is not quite so. In our case, luckily for us, there are certain fruits that are actually very beneficial to us. Things such as berries, believe it or not, fruits like apples, other things like avocados, they're very, very nutritional, very beneficial to our health. Not only because they're healthy for us and have a lot of antioxidants, but also because they help us because they don't raise our glucose levels too much. So they are very beneficial not only for the enjoyment part, but also for the diversity and the nutritionist value that they provide us. Today I'm going to be talking to you about certain specific ones, the ones that I chose that I needed and the ones that I tend to like the most. But they're also very beneficial to us. Things such as blueberries, strawberries, and so on and so forth. I'll talk to you about how I prepare them, what I normally do with them to preserve them, because we tend to buy these things and often than not wind up throwing out at least half of them if we don't eat them right away. And as diabetics, we're always cautious of what we do. So majority of the things of what we buy, if we don't prepare them or set them up the right way, we wind up winding them, throwing them out. So I'll show you how I prepare them so I can preserve them and then utilize them as I need to. Okay, normally I take things like the blueberries. The blueberries, what I like to do, I like to put them in a Ziploc bag so that way I can freeze them. And usually when I take them out, I usually have to, since they're frozen, when I use them for my parfaits or for when I use it for my smoothies, it's already perfect for my smoothies because they act as ices, little pieces of ices. Instead of putting ice, I usually just do the frozen blueberries, and that helps. And usually what I do is just put them in a little baggie, wash them out obviously, put them in a little baggie, and then freeze them as such, so that way it just lasts me for quite a while. Normally something like this can last me up to a month, maybe even more, depending on how much of the fruits or the parfaits that I do. So this usually is one of them. Another way that I do also is like with strawberries. Strawberries, normally what I do is that I take off their crown and usually just cut around them. And once I cut around the crown, I like to chop them up in pieces, because that helps me when I freeze them. It helps preserve them, and I can just freeze them in little pieces. I can do pieces such as these, or even smaller, and they can be used for smoothies. Sometimes I just put them on top of the parfaits. So parfaits, what it is just yogurt. Especially if you do, the healthier you are, you can do yogurts without any sugars. Some of them have no flavor, so whichever one, usually that will be in that I put into a bag, same as the blueberries, and often than not it lasts me quite a while. Other fruits that I use can be also cherries or peaches, and obviously can't be without my avocados. You can use any of these fruits and any of fruits that you prefer into salads, into smoothies, into parfaits, and just enjoy them just as such. Just like you take them just as such and eat them. They work just as well. Other than that, pretty much that's the type of fruits. I'm going to be talking to you about specifically the benefits of certain fruits, like for example, the blueberries. Blueberries are considered one of the best superfoods for diabetics. They are packed with vitamins, essential minerals. They have tons of antioxidants, promote oral health, and gets rid of free radicals. Free radicals are the pollutants that we normally deal with on a day-to-day basis, like the exhaust of cars, the pollution in the air that we normally breathe, and so on and so forth. You can combine them with like purple cabbage for a salad, which is blueberries, feta cheese. It increases your insulin sensitivity and glucose processing to give you a better solution. Or you can have them in the parfait, or after you freeze them, you can use them as little ice for your parfaits, and they are delicious. They're delicious on their own to begin with. You can be added to food as garnishes, or as such smoothies, and so on and so forth. Peaches are very good and very healthy for a diabetic. They're low in calories, high fiber, potassium, and have vitamins A, vitamin C, and antioxidants. They're perfect for satisfying your sweet tooth craving diabetics often suffer from, and it helps with weight loss. They're great in smoothies or salads, and they help free radicals as well, making your skin and hair look healthier and softer. Apricots are loaded with vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, copper, and manganese. Whether dried or whole, fresh, it is a great to help maintain blood sugar levels. Also great having it sliced with peanut butter to add a wholesome meal. Their low glycemic index and nutrients help regulate the diabetes and also improve digestions while making the whole feel full. You won't get as hungry by eating them. And apples are absolutely wonderful. As proverbial saying, an apple a day may keep the doctor away. That is actually with good reason, since keeping it on the table, it's a great option. They are low in carbs. They can keep for a diabetic, one like a medium-sized apple contains carbs, but they're healthy carbs. They're high in fiber, and they regulate the effect and maintain sugar levels. A medium-sized apple contains around 25 grams of carbs. Fiber content is about 4 grams. This helps slow down the digestion process and very slowly releases the glucose into the bloodstream. So it's actually very healthy for you. Just don't overdo it, because they are considered a carb, but they have carbs in them, and that can also affect as well. They're better eaten packed with fiber, low carbohydrates, and they're excellent for your health. Oranges, believe it or not, usually you associate oranges with high glucose, but oranges actually are very good to a diabetic. Just have to be very, very considerate with them, size-wise and also with frequency. They are packed with fiber. They have a low glycemic index as well. They just have tons of benefits. Tons of vitamin C, citrus fruit, all citrus fruit, as a matter of fact, have high in vitamin C, such as grapefruits, lemon, limes. Oranges also contain vitamin A and iron. Their nutrients reduce inflammation. They control they perpetuate cell damage, or basically they help you control the cell damage. Also protects the heart. Their foliate and potassium also help to control the sugar levels in you as well. Kiwi are great for diabetics. They're a great choice as they are packed with antioxidants. While the focus to improving immunity is one of the main circumstances of a diabetic, kiwi helps maintain heart health. Best if its GI index is about 53 as well. It stands in the lower ranks of making it a perfect addition to a diabetic meal plan. Pears Pears are wonderful as well, but they have a little bit of high glycemic index, so their sugar content can be a little bit, you have to be a little bit careful with them. But if you are to eat a pear, which you very well can do, and they're very beneficial to you, it is recommended to eat them with the skin. In the skin, you have a lot of the antioxidants and the nutrients. Majority of the nutrients are within the skin, so they should be eaten with the skin. Some of us like to peel them, but my recommendation is to do it with the skin. They're very tasty, and they're great fruit for a diabetic with nutritional benefits, can actually help manage the condition. They also have a low GI, and paired with other good health food can be a great acid, or like an additive, as long as you're prioritize the size, the control. It will help you. It will be a great addition. Cherries are very, very good for us. Their glucose index level is 52. They're 52 calories, about 12 grams of carbs, and are packed with antioxidants. They help with the inflammation. They have fighting properties to help you with your immune system. Also contain melatonin that help with the sleep, and their glucose index is low enough that it doesn't affect you greatly. You just have to have portion control with them. The strawberries, as indicated previously, are very delicious and very, very helpful. About a cup of strawberries contain more vitamin C than a natural orange, believe it or not. They have a very low glycemic index and are totally safe for a diabetic. They are one of the most recommended fruits for a diabetic. Avocados are very, very beneficial to us as a diabetic. The fat content in the avocados are very, very healthy. They're very recommended. And you can have them in salads, you can have them as a regular fruit, you just eat them up regularly, or you can incorporate them into your meals, whichever way. Us as Hispanics often do utilize them, so they're very healthy and very good for you. Very, very good contents. Other recommendations I have of fruits are actually particularly of certain fruits that are very tasty, very delicious, and that we often tend to go geared towards, but they're not as beneficial to us because of the high contents of carbs and sugars in them. These you may want to avoid mostly, but if you do tend to gear yourself towards them, just be very mindful and careful that they are very high impact on the glucose index, and they are very high in carbs and sugar content, such as pineapples. Pineapples have great properties. They're very high in antioxidants. They even help with weight loss, but their high glucose index level is detrimental to a diabetic. A small amount of pineapples can raise our sugar levels quite a bit, so we have to be very, very careful with pineapples. Also mangoes, especially for a Spanish person like me, mangoes are like the fruit to have. And mangoes, unfortunately for me, are one of those fruits that are very high in carbs and sugars that are very healthy, very nutritional, but at the same time can cause a lot of harm. So it has to be very, very portion control in order for me to have those. Watermelons, the delicious fruit ever, is recommended for just about everything, but for the diuretics properties that they have, because they're mostly water, they're very good, especially for people who are trying to lose weight. However, their high content sugar, their high index levels are too dangerous for us to enjoy the watermelon. So if we're going to have watermelon, it's better be just a small piece rather than having a very good sized piece watermelon. Bananas are also very high in protein, very great source of great fruit and great source of nutrients. However, a banana to a diabetic can be very cause a lot of problems. Grapes, same thing, high contents of grams of sugar into grapes. Raisins are absolutely wonderful and delicious, but they're high content, especially because the sugar gets concentrated as they dehydrate. Is very detrimental to us. Fruits such as like lychees and dates are very high content sugar, especially because they often get like the dates, they often get crystallized when they dry them out. That converts into pure sugar, and that can be a very, very high content. So on dates, you have about 100 calories per date, so it can be very detrimental to us. So it's one of the key fruits that we need to be watching out for, or control portion immensely on. Please comment any ideas, anything that you would like to see or know about, and any information you know about these fruits or any other ones that you're interested in, so we can help us in our search for solutions, healthy options, and ideas on all of them. In conclusion, just have to be mindful of what you choose and how you choose them to better help yourself whenever you are selecting your nutrients, your fruits, your foods. Every bit that you do has an impact in your body, so whatever you do will affect it. Thank you for watching my channel. Please hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button so you don't miss any important information coming up in our date with finding out about diabetes.